find this?
What's up guys, welcome to Spare Change. Here on the channel, we do a lot of home theater and tech related videos, amongst other things. So if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so we've seen an influx of media streaming devices and voice controlled smart speakers in the past couple of years, in part due to the widely popular Amazon Echo and Amazon's own Fire TV. So what happens when you combine both the Echo and the Fire TV? You get the Fire TV Cube. I think most of us know that the Fire TV is used to stream all of our favorite online media, and the Amazon Echo is used to control everything from your lights to your garage door and even order you some cereal. So being an audio and video enthusiast, I wanted to try out the Fire TV Cube and see if it can dethrone my favorite streaming media device that I use in my home theater, the Apple TV 4K. So let's get this thing unboxed, go over the setup, and check out the most popular apps we all use in our home theaters to get our 4K media streaming fix. Inside, we get the Cube itself, some documentation, the power brick, an IR extender cable in the event that you want to put the Cube inside a cabinet where its IR blaster can't reach the components. There's also the highly requested Ethernet adapter if you want to get a more stable internet connection. This connects using a micro USB. We get their standard remote with voice control and 2 Amazon Basics batteries. On the top of the Cube are buttons for volume up and down, microphone mute, and command button, just in case you don't want to say Alexa every time. These little dots here are the 8 far-field microphones. On the rear of the device are I/O ports for micro USB, IR input jack, HDMI out, and the power port. Now let's get it hooked up to the TV and set it up. Once it's powered on, you'll be prompted to pair it with the remote by hitting the home button. When that's done, you'll have to connect it to your network. Once connected, you'll most likely get a prompt for a software update. This whole procedure takes around 15 minutes depending on your network speed. It'll restart a couple of times, then it'll take you to the Amazon login screen. After you log into your Amazon account, it'll have you choose what services you use to watch TV. Then it'll walk you through setting up the devices you have connected to the Fire TV Cube. I have it connected to a Sony TV and a Marantz receiver, which it found with no problems. Setting this up will allow you to control those devices with your voice, like turning them on and off and changing the volume. This took around 5 minutes, though it could take longer depending on the number of devices you own. When that's all done, it'll give you a short video of what you can do with the Cube, then it'll take you to the home screen. Let's try the voice control real quick. Alexa, mute the television. Now let's check out some audio and video settings. Here we can change the output resolution, max being of course 4K. Color depth up to 12 bits. My TV's only 10 bits, so I'll try that one out for now. Here you can adjust for overscan, which is perfect on my TV, although I have it slightly zoomed in here for the video. Let's check out the audio settings now. Looks like this supports up to Dolby Digital Plus. We'll just keep it on automatic. And we'll keep HDMI control set to on. There's a bunch of other settings to control your other home devices, but I won't be covering that in this video. You can find a million other videos on YouTube about doing all that home control. Now let's go check out some streaming apps. First up, let's see if we get any Dolby Vision support in Daredevil, which by the looks of it, we do not. but the picture does look nice in HDR10 and the audio is only 5.1. I know the movie Bright is in Dolby Atmos, so let me see if that works. Play Bright on Netflix.
Here's Bright.
Well, voice control works well. So looks like no Atmos support either. Okay, let's check out the Amazon Prime app. I know the show Red Oaks is in HDR, but it looks like max resolution is only 1080p, which is a little surprising. Alright, so there's no native YouTube app built in, and the main app we all use to get our movie fix, Vudu, is not available either. I don't know if it's coming or not, but as of right now it's not available, and I don't think YouTube is ever coming. So as it stands now, the Fire TV Cube will not be crowned the king of media streaming as far as audio and video is concerned. I'm sure at some point it'll get updated to support other HDR formats and hopefully Dolby Atmos. I use a Roku Premiere Plus and it works just fine, though it can be a little sluggish over time. The Apple TV will support both formats as well when they drop their firmware this fall. If you're a developer, you most likely already have that Atmos firmware update. My preferred device is the Apple TV, as it is super easy to use and has the smoothest and fastest user interface. I like the Roku devices, but they do tend to get slow after a while and need frequent reboots, less so with the Apple TV, at least in my experience. So from an audio and video standpoint, I think I'll be sticking with my Apple TV in my home theater. If you don't have a home theater setup, there's no denying using your voice to control your devices was super easy and did work most of the time. You don't get granular controls like selecting individual channel levels on your receiver, but it does the most commonly used controls like changing the channels or the volume. There's of course home control of lights, security cameras, and 1,000 other skills you can teach Alexa that the other streaming devices just can't do. So from an all-in-one streaming/home control device, the Cube is the only one in its class for now. If you don't need the best audio and video experience, then I don't see why you wouldn't grab one of these, as it's only $120 and probably a little less as I think it's on sale. A smart speaker and a 4K streaming device for a little over $100. I say give it a try because you may like it. Now if you found the video useful, give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what is your preferred streaming media device. We have social media links below, and don't forget if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.